I'm back, and I'm loving the weekly, man. Now, I'll tell you. Anti-pig protection, maybe? One thing that I think we're due... Perfect name. I think we're due for a dog on level up. I'm not even sweating that one. We just had a horrible shop. That's fine. At least it's a horrible shop with a small amount of potential upside. Hold on. Hold on. Check this out. Buy me. Sell me. Sell me. Buy me. So here's a bit of an unusual one for you. Now we got a 4-5 pig. And let's add 2 otters. Well, let's add 1 otter twice. Run anti-pig protection. This feels like way more stats than you would normally have on turn 2. Like, I almost feel like we got our money's worth on the turn. When I was so upset a second ago, now I'm like, actually, this team's amazing. But anyway, I think we're due for a dog. That's all I'm saying. I think we're due for a dog on level up. I would still run a peacock. I think a peacock is a beautiful creature in this game. I probably, honestly, I don't want to run the same squad we just ran, but I totally understand the value of a hedgehog right now. And maybe, I don't know, this squad is okay. Like, the whole team has way more HP than you would expect. A hedgehog could really take some teams by surprise. Did I stutter? We might not want to run it through to the late game. That's fair. But, like, I feel like for right now, you need garlic. I'm not even worried about your attack because the hurt triggers are going to get you there. I don't think you need meat right now. I think we just do that instead. I think probably you get ready to pivot off the otter and the hedgehog unless the otter happens to level up, but... Oh, that's so lucky that the math just worked out beautifully for us there. I'm feeling very smart. That was an unconventional start, and we did some good work. So you are going to level. Now, I don't necessarily think it's too late for a dog. I just think we're riding a different train right now. Let's sell you so we don't buff you by accident. Let's level you. You don't really get better for us by eating anything, unfortunately. The team's not built for it. I would buy one of these, and I'm looking for, with no garlic, I'll level with you. I would purchase a peacock again. We could still, I'm less optimistic, but we could still run into some enemies who have 2 HP units. We could generate some situations where we get a favorable trade as a result of this. I really don't want to run it long term, but we need to get a better unit first. Like, level me? I think you could talk about it. I think you could... we definitely want garlic on a peacock as our #1 priority. But, like, with no other options, sure. Could we start to think about a worm maybe getting out here? Yeah. We probably don't care about an otter. Let's sell a 3-4 otter. I honestly think you still buff the peacock at the same time. Like, the worm is just sort of like... I don't want to say along for the ride, but he's like another avenue for us to possibly get some utility out of. Uh-oh, it's all falling apart. After everything we've been through. They got a stork too, ready to just eat us back there. I don't think Caterpillar really works here. An anteater, I'm so wary of it getting blown out. It's a tough one. I'm so wary of it getting blown out by hippos. It happens all the time. If you want to see it, just wait till we eventually take one, and you'll be like, oh, now I get it. Let's you go ahead and take one of those. Parrot doesn't really interest me. I'm telling you, I'd love to see some garlic, man. I know it exists. It's in the game. EA Sports style. Do I think this is all falling apart? Yes. Yes, I do. The garlic is really a prerequisite for this peacock to not be trash. We might sneak out of this one. I don't know. Well, I don't know. We may sneak out of this one. I think we did even better than sneak out. We kind of barged out, but we gotta get it going even faster. Like, the foods are not quite doing it for you. You absolutely have to take this. I know it would give us a buff on the worm, but it has to be done. I don't really want to give you a 1/1 to swap your stats next turn. It just seems like a little bit not that good for me. I would go so far as to say we have 3 good units here, which is pretty good for the mid game, but we're certainly not locked into guaranteed greatness. But we did better than them. Is that 6? Have we now? Can I breathe easy knowing I'm not complete garbage? Do me a favor. You want the monkey on the team, but let's start with the sushi with 4 units. Beautiful, 75% chance. Buffed our snail too. That's pretty pog. Let's feed you a pear. In spite of all this, I do think you buff the peacock. You could probably get by with a chili pepper. Although it's a 1/1, your croissant's already doing you. Nah, let's look for more targeted foods, man. I just think the peacock has a higher ceiling than the worm. But obviously, I could be wrong. Obviously, I'm not really well equipped to take out a 15-15 death touch. Never mind, we won. And by 15-15, I meant 50-50, even though it wasn't quite 50-50. You know what I'm getting at. I'll take my 65, or my 60% chance. Want to die? I don't think we want a squirrel. Although, I'll be honest, a squirrel probably does beat a giraffe at this point. So that we can buy cheaper foods for the worm. You're not necessary. All of this is necessary. I would probably start with a pear on our worm. And I still think the peacock needs the buff. You probably, as much as, I don't know, between a level 2 worm and a level 2 monkey, I'm kind of torn. The thing with the worm, obviously, is that it scales twice as fast. The thing with the monkey is that you don't have to buy anything else for it in order to justify it. So I actually think you do go monkey. Like, from this point onwards, it's useful. Not only when you buy things. You cost 2, you cost 2, you cost 3. Sell me. Buy me. And buff the peacock. And then one of you needs a melon and one of you needs a steak. We're going to give our worm the steak. And then for 2 cost... Sorry, I meant we're going to give our worm the melon. Maybe we want to set it up like that now. And I'll try that. You have to try. This kind of looks amazing right now. I think you give your beetle the steak. I don't think at this point we're pivoting off of the beetle. It just seems a little optimistic to me. Like, I'd be surprised to see it happen. Dude, by the way, level 2 stork, as you saw there, it can eat your lunch. The stats look bad until it summons like a 24 leopard, and you're like, what the heck? Okay, so why don't you... Well, honestly, why don't you take a steak? You're probably as valuable or more than our beetle and are only getting stronger. You buffed our worm. Thank you so much. I'm greatly appreciative of this fact. Rather than buff the worm with the chocolate, I was literally just about to say it. Getting a worm to level 2 is nice, but a stegosaurus to level 2 is just worth more, especially with our worm already getting statted by a level 2 monkey. I feel like, okay, 2 sharks is like a real pain in the you-know-what. But I still feel like there might be a chance on this one thanks to garlic. Oh, dude! Now that's a 10-piece. Holy cow. A little unusual. Well, not that unusual. Stegosaurus is kind of an always take. And I think that all boils down to that weird shop we had. Where I was like... Where I sold everything. I don't think iguana is any good. But I do think... There's a lot of value in having either a 3-5 or a 2-4 and a 2-3. And I'm okay with that because I think this gives us great anti-pig protection. So I'm playing this, let's be, how about an almighty programmer, which I don't think I am, but the idea of someone thinking they are is very funny. We're running ultimate anti-pig protection here. It didn't matter. This person probably just got a nightmare team, or they're going for some kind of buy me, sell me that I'm not aware of. Let's take you. Let's roll. We have to take you, and then we have to buy you next turn, just due to the way that the otter works. You get more stats for leveling it to 2 on the purchase than you do for placing and combining, because the trigger is on buy. So we're gonna. Oh no! My whole plan was running 4 anti-pigs, but hopefully we just don't need 4 anti-pigs. We're probably gonna lose this one or draw. We're actually gonna draw. That hurts because it is a win if we don't make that mistake. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna sweat it too much. I'm making the active decision not to sweat it. I'm making the active decision to take a tamarin. And a dog. Because this is when you take a dog. The one thing I will say is that even... that's actually really funny. Even... And I think you could talk about those. I don't know. I got to think about it. Even in this situation, you still put the otter on top. Because if it hits the dog, it generates enough value to justify, like, the equivalent of 2 hits. We were close. I'm not worried about it. Like, we're actually on a great line right now. I'm not concerned. So you do buy, and you hope it hits the dog one time. And now we've broken even. Whatever else it hits, it hit the dog again. That's beautiful. Peacock is just good. And we could always sell an otter now, honestly, and not be mad about it. I think you could look at this squad and say, like, this squad is... And I love that, and I love this. We got great little optics for our dog. We're hoping to get more dogs in the future, but this is still a good setup. I think we're puzzling through the theory elements just fine. Now, we could sell a tamarin, but the thing is, like, we'd love to sell it into a better unit that we plan on keeping. So instead, we're going to sell otter, and we should sell one more unit. If possible, it would be nice to sell the tamarin into a peacock. We'd have to give up on the guinea pig. I'm willing to do it. You buy, sell, because the buy-sell here is not great because you lose out on 1 space. You freeze, roll, sell the tamarin into your peacock. Now it becomes a 5-9 with garlic, with club sauce, and I would say give me a woodpecker for now for the stats, and then none of those are great buy sells. This is a great unit. This is a great unit. Maybe even the goldfish if we can find some units to sell. I don't want to freeze the whole shop. I don't think we're going to run a giraffe. I think we value having the open space, although we could definitely sell a woodpecker. I think we should have frozen the goldfish. I think I thought too quickly about it, and actually the goldfish is a good play. But I think we're in an interesting spot here. I mean, the dog plays have been working great, but the peacock tamarin play was legitimate as well. So why don't you buy me, sell me? Why don't you buy me? Combine me? At some point, it would be really nice to get like another dog. Why don't you sell me? I understand this is not going to work fully for us. Why don't you buy me and buy me? And then you will generate 1 more trigger plus a sale for us next time. You're a decent buy-sell. 3 stat points for 2 gold. Well, preferably at this point, you would have a level 2 dog, and you would be like, well, actually, it's more than 3 stat points, but whatever. I don't have full control over that, unfortunately, but we're still hanging in there. I can't be mad that I got a dog so early, but I'm a little mad that we only got the 1. Okay, so like we didn't get 2 of them, but that's fine. There's something. Sell me. I think we're not buying more iguanas. 2 stat points for 3 gold. Well, we're getting 3 stat points for 2. And it went to the unit we wanted it to go to. So we had better targets for at least a second. You know what? Maybe it is. The iguana is reaching its natural ceiling. Let's sell it, even though it inhibits us right now. It gives us the space to scale our dog a little bit faster. And then, quite frankly, I would say you can buy a mosquito and kill it. You can buy a duck and you could sell it, I suppose, and then we'll buff our peacock because the more HP that our peacock has, the better our overall chances are. But I'm looking for something in the future. Something to take us to like the next level, you know what I mean? We got very lucky with the buffs here. We're still gonna draw, but like we could have lost that one with better ant luck from our opponent, so we should just be thankful, quite frankly. But at least we have another unit that's scaling itself. That's great news. And then of course we love 1 gold for 1 stat point. Sure, I mean, could be better. 1 gold for 2 stat points is better. I'm gonna keep you frozen. You gotta talk about that one. Like this, it has to be applied. Well, the thing is, the mantis has to kill something. I don't want it to kill a peacock. I would rather have it kill a giraffe that is buffing a dog. And then this squad looks absolutely horrendous. Because of that weird 2/5 peacock that's not doing anything. But we're thinking about our econ. Now, whether we should be thinking about our econ is totally, like, that's up to you. Can you believe our 2/5 peacock 1 for 1 at this on turn 8? That seems a little surprising to me, but here we are. So guess what? Turns out we don't need a snail. We did get another dog. I would still very much welcome a level 2 dog at this point. And then again, the mantis, the downside of a mantis is that it needs to feed. I honestly would rather, because the squirrel saves us 1 gold on 1 food item. I would honestly rather just have a scorpion out here for 1 round. Maybe it gets killed by a woodpecker. I don't control what other people have on their teams. I think just having a scorpion is worth something. Now, I don't want to act like I'm the smartest player of all time. Somehow, it seems to be working out exactly as I prognosticate every time. You deserve this, just so you know. We should probably not sell the second one of these immediately, because we do, like... I think we like this. Dude, honestly, a seal can kind of go off, too. We just don't really have... I think we got to keep our focus on the dog, but... Maybe you could go, like, Tamarin, sell it, and then we'll see how things go from here. I'm kind of hoping we get some chocolate for the dog to get it to pop, but... I don't know. This is a respectable run. It's kind of been middling the whole time, but... But there's a little respectability. Holy cow. It's the... Oh, we were this close to greatness. Did you see how close to greatness we are? Holy cow. 7 wins. All right, well, it's not negotiable. You absolutely have to take a stegosaurus. So let's have you eat... and I think you set it up on your peacock. Your peacock gets such great value. For now, why don't we take a pizza? Okay, so it hit a unit that we are going to kill, but the unit was nice enough to redistribute the buffs to other units. So I'm honestly very thankful for that. We're basically buying a salad. Do I really want to give you a steak and turn it into a salad? No. I want to have a stegosaurus that can actually use a steak, because a steak is worth a lot more than a salad. But I did think about it for a second. I was like, that would be a cheeky play. I can't deny that it would be cheeky. I don't think cheeky is the thing we should be looking for in every situation, but... I'm just very impressed with myself. I apologize, because I know it's annoying to hear. Spending 3 gold to double food effects, knowing we're going to eat the unit, it has like a weird break even that I don't love. Just to be honest. What I do like is that a lionfish... for 1 round, overwrites Death Touch in position 1. and then we're looking for better foods, don't hit the lionfish. Okay, that's fine. I honestly, with the situation we're in, I don't see you getting the level 2 being as relevant as you doing 42 damage once and hopefully guaranteeing a 1-for-1. And then letting the peacock and the dog finish the rest off. Okay, that's the first time it's backfired on us that hard. That's an insanely good team as well. But I'm feeling okay. I mean, I'm feeling as good as I've ever felt with this team. Recognizing, as I have, that I actually think this team is like... I mean, not ever getting the level 2 dog is really bad. I'm never going to cry about only now getting a level 3 peacock. And the monkey's not going to work. I mean, you choose things like... You make decisions, right? Like when you take a mantis, you're like, I'm always going to have to keep a flex position open. And that's okay. Wait, did I put the wrong food on the mantis? I thought it was double damage once, but it's actually a chance for 50% or 100%. I did. But I actually don't mind it, to be honest with you. And I think you could totally fit. We're still sort of buffing our dog. I mean, I'll send you to level 2, okay? Without placing it properly, technically, I'll send you to level 2. We don't need you to get to level 3. Another scorpion after this scorpion dies? Sure, there's some... I think there's something to that. I wouldn't cry. Holy cow. Okay, 2 50-50s. That's pretty solid. It's actually worse than 2 50-50s. That's 3 50-50s. I thought our team stood up actually pretty well there. I still think you gotta go Death Touch. I don't think there's a point to feeding anybody. We're not putting the shark on here. Like, Mantis Shark is too late to get you off the ground. Nobody really needs chocolate. Melon is very important. So you could definitely use melon armor. So could our peacock for that matter. What's our peacock doing? Actually, our stegosaurus could have used chocolate. I'll own that one. You're getting to 33. You need your hurt triggers, though. You're probably still going to get it. I think we might need to rework our order on this one, but I'll give it a chance, okay? Let me get a buy. Give me some stats. Sell me. Feed me so that you literally can't be killed in a single hit. Now, that's a little advanced machination for you there. Let's then rework the order of the squad. We got a little Hail Mary, Death Touch plus crit at the back. I think there's a chance. I think we deserve 9, but I think we have a chance at an ill-gotten 10. Holy cow, that is a strong rooster. We need the double damage. Oh, it didn't even matter. I think we got what we deserved on that one, and honestly, I had a great time. I had a good time on that. I think we got close. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.